All right, this podcast is sponsored by Yak Attack. YakAttack.us. Yak Attack is the leader in the kayak fishing industry, specializing in kayak fishing rigging solutions. As kayak anglers themselves, they are tightly integrated in the kayak fishing community and are acutely aware of what the sport needs. It all starts with the gear track and or the Mighty Mount. And the gear track comes in different sizes and colors, and the screw ball that connects to the gear mount, to the gear track, attaches everything to the kayak. So that can be rod holders, a variety of rod holders, camera mounts for the still cameras and the GoPros, light poles with the day flags, and the flag poles fold into the flags. The light poles fold into the flags. Fish finder mounts for the battery and the fish finder itself. The black pack crate system, which comes in a black version and a white version for when you're down south and you got the heat kicking on it. All of Yak Attack's products are made in the USA. One thing we're talking about this month is the Zuka 2 rod holder. This one is the most versatile rod holders on the market. How badass this thing is, it's combination of a bait caster and a spinning rod. You can put a spinning reel in it and a bait caster, and both of them will lock in there. You rotate it around and it rolls to the other side, and you can lock in both reels, one reel at a time of course, but both reels in one rod holder. You can also swivel it around where it's on the ball joint. It can be in any position on your boat along with your gear track. It all connects to the gear track or the Mighty Mount. You could also double this as an anchor point for your parking pole or stakeout pole. Just position it over the side of the boat and stick your parking pole through that, and just basically stick it to the anchor you're off, and you can stick in the mud and the sand, make your cast, lift it up, move to the next spot, and stick it back in again. So that the Zuka 2 goes all the way through it, and it's a great thing for the parking pole, and it's a badass rod holder. Zuka 2 rod holder. And all this stuff is at Yak Attack, and that is YakAttack.us. All right, guys. Yeah, that's y'all.
Hold on, man. I'm trying Instagram.
They're all on Facebooking and Instagramming and
changing.
yeah, at least changing shirts.
Right.
Yeah.
What's up?
We out shit.
Yeah. Got your spot.
It's podcast number 27. It is August 10th, 2014.
Whoa.
And we got William Ragulsky from AllOutKayakFishing.com and Jay Brooks from VirginiaKayakFisherman.com and Lee from Lee's house.
We out here.
Hey, but actually push the couch out because it's blocking you a little bit. Very crowded in there. And
Hold on, Billy's energy drink is on. Billy's protein shake is holding us out of the way.
we went to Luna Haven already.
Okay.
It's not dark yet.
So we're gonna start with that. You know, then we're gonna start with that.
No, it's not.
Sorry, inside joke.
Yeah, I don't even know it because I wasn't with y'all.
That's right.
Yeah.
Maybe not podcast material. On a side note, Billy left his underwear in my house, so you can come by and pick that up afterwards if you would.
That's right.
Didn't know you like bears.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah, I like beards. So
it's kinda-
yours is kind of growing in. So.
It's kind of going blonde. Blonde hair don't care.
Oh boy, this is gonna get entertaining. We're not even drinking.
Y'all didn't have drinking enough before the tournament, didn't you?
I
I know you woke up with.
I was ready to go to bed at 9, but I just waited for Seth to get here and went to bed.
Yeah, I know.
We got a text.
I wasn't with you
We
guys.
got a
I remember
text
seeing
at
a-
1
seeing a
o'clock in the
post.
morning.
Seen a post with, oh, I'm just waking up.
I mean,
1 o'clock in the morning, we get a text talking about I'm already sorry. I just took my alarm and pushed the button up an hour,
Yeah.
set it back down, and went to sleep.
I'm already sorry.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. You already know at 1 o'clock.
I mean,
Yeah, it's a tradition.
Yeah.
Tournament, you gotta go get hammer drunk,
Yeah.
Pound him
Retarded
drunk.
tradition.
Yeah, it is.
Shit. All right, well, I guess we got some. I didn't know. I realized that. So I'm glad we were but okay. What the guys did yesterday was fish the Catchin
for Kids
Club Challenge, and what that is, it's all the clubs in the area. You've got different angling clubs in the area around here. We got Peninsula Anglers Club, we got Norfolk Anglers Club, we got Virginia Beach Anglers Club. We even got Tidal Fish, which is a forum actually got a club, basically got a club together, or at least a fishing club for the tournament. TKAA, which is the kayak anglers have entered it, and they've entered. I'm gonna say we just because I'm a kayaker, not part, but
right.
wasn't part of the tournament. But I did it the first year. We've done it pretty much every year. I think.
Yeah.
Okay, we've done it every year. The first year it was done, we placed, and it just the fact that we were placing, everybody shooting us down because we're kayakers. And remember, this is years ago, right? This is early on. So all that type of stuff was happening during that time. So, being shot down as kayakers, we can't do shit. All of a sudden, we were beating clubs that are in boats, and everybody's in boats, and we're the only ones that are in kayakers. So that's, every year we've beaten somebody, right? Last year, won the whole fucking thing.
It was an it wasn't even it was an annihilation. It was there's a possible 50 points in the tournament the way it's set up. We got 31
32.
and 30
32
combined
to 19 was second place.
So 51 place. Yeah. Oh okay.
So
that wasn't combined for the tournament. Okay, I thought it was 19 total for the entire fleet.
Second place got 19.
Oh,
But it was like a record for the most points for a club or something like that, right?
Most
Yeah.
points for a club and biggest difference between two clubs.
Yeah, so it was a severe domination of a tournament, right?
Yeah, oh yeah.
So that was really cool. And then so this year you guys got you guys took second this year, right?
Correct.
But
Yeah.
with I think a point off
Within a
what I've
point.
heard.
Yeah.
Okay, so and how that works is everybody teams up for the kayakers teams up in a group of 4, right? So I think the boats also have 4 anglers on
On a boat.
Right.
And you can have 5 teams.
5 teams from the club. So
Yeah.
and then so everybody, and there's multiple species. Specks, you said no red specks, spot croaker. That's still in
Spot,
there?
croaker, flounder.
roundhead, Spanish
ring.
mackerel, triggerfish,
Kingfish.
kingfish, but nobody caught
Right.
one. Spadefish, cobia.
Dolphin,
There's dolphin on there. Nobody caught one of them. I don't
sea
think.
bass.
Offshore stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. See,
So even with there's some species in there that
We're not
kayakers
gonna-
cannot
Sheep's head and
target.
tautog. Last year tautog is out of season.
Right.
Sheep's head was replaced. I mean,
Tautog.
tautog was replaced with redfish last year,
right.
And they didn't. That
Yeah.
was a complete sweep.
Right, for the kayakers.
Yes.
Right, for the kayakers. Right. So that's not it's also a weird one because it's a slot limit. You can't
Yeah.
you have to go within the time of put in the time of when
Right, because some of these guys that actually go boat fishing and cobia fish, one of them that was fishing, I saw not in our tournament, but one of them that was fishing the cobia tournament yesterday just had to put a picture on Facebook of a guy with a 45-inch drum they came across and caught during the cobia tournament yesterday.
Right.
So those guys catch big ones, but that doesn't
It
count.
because it's a kill tournament. You
Right.
gotta wait.
Yeah.
It's not a length
It's a weight.
tournament. The way most kayakers, it's a weight tournament. So it got to be in season and all that stuff. So,
Yeah, and then so what we went for with it.
But yeah, so there not only is there some targets that kayakers can't target, but their boats can go for. But we're kind of limited in that little bit of sense. But so there's 4 people per team. So most what the kayakers have done have just like the boat has done. You guys go over here and catch offshore species. You guys go over here and target cobia. You guys go over here and target inshore. The kayakers basically done the same thing, and you guys were.
The Bay Bridge Tunnel.
Okay, so the
And-
bridge species.
Yeah, so sheep's head, sheep's head,
spadefish,
trigger,
triggers.
spades, flounder.
Spot and croaker.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
brought up
Yeah.
the spot.
Yeah.
We had a team up on the eastern shore out of Kit Peak for bottom species, spot, croaker, roundhead. Had a
good,
team.
good place to bottom fish.
Yeah, how'd they do? Because I'm the roundhead.
Actually, Chris Lally Lozier took first place in roundhead.
Nice.
Yeah.
So,
Cool.
It was a nice one. It was like 0.9 or something.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like what's that? 14 incher or something like that.
Yeah, man, it was
Right?
almost
That was a
it was a
solid
nice
fish.
one.
Yeah.
The weights are on the board and I didn't
Yeah.
see it.
Yeah.
They
Just
got there.
thinking length of them, it's probably
Yeah.
like
Yeah, but it's a
that.
nice roundhead. Like the ones
Yeah.
that we catch on the big circle hooks trying to catch the
Yes.
black drum out there.
Yes.
The ones that go right in the back of the boat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They fight good too, actually.
We had a team up on the northern neck that went and they actually they swept the speckled trout
Specs.
division.
Right.
One
No,
or two of them were citations.
No, there's
It would have
None
been
of
length.
they would have been like
Wait,
Oh.
wait.
It was like 26
They-
inches.
Oh, it's 5
26.
pounds?
Yeah.
20.
Oh, okay.
It's
So
so-
it was like a 4.8 pounder or
yeah,
something like
Joe
that.
very
Joe
close.
Underwood,
Underpants.
26 at 4.86, so literally right up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that shit.
Nice one.
But a link, it would have
Yeah,
been a link.
yeah.
A
So,
nice
so there was Underwood,
Forest.
the camps, Forest,
Forest
okay.
And
Yeah.
the camps.
So you got the camps, you got Drew and Chip, his dad, and Forrest and Underwood.
I know Drew would probably love to come over here one day.
Yeah.
But on
Right
podcast?
For this.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, he's not old enough yet, right?
Yeah, he's 16.
He's old enough to
16.
drive.
Yeah, okay,
Just
yeah.
His dad can come too.
But
Yeah.
Joe caught a 26 incher, Forrest caught
Talking
a
about the
20.
cousin. I'm talking about our cousin.
Oh.
We can't cuss around youth.
Yeah.
But
Rick's been fishing with his dad for years.
yeah, I know him
Yeah,
for
yeah,
years.
yeah.
I've been knowing for years.
I've been knowing him for years.
I've been knowing from years.
I've been-
We start dropping names and shit. All right, so
We know people.
And Forrest caught a 25 incher, and Drew caught a 23. That
Yeah.
swept it.
Yeah.
So they had a good day on
Nice speckled
specs. We had a team in Lynn Haven, and we had a team at the HRBT.
So you
So
flounder for us?
no flounder brought in,
Damn.
We didn't even try.
and we didn't even
try.
drop down.
Oh no, right. It's just too much. There's too much
Yeah.
in the bridge. That's like
Yeah.
a third, fourth target.
Well,
at
and
that point.
the spades were biting real good in the morning,
Yeah.
and the current and even what little bit of wind in the boat wake is just insane. So the sheepshead fishing, there wasn't enough current.
Yeah, well, because
And
I thought you were. It looked like it was a little windy when I was at work, so I'm looking at
No,
the
it never got windy,
It never got windy.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was awesome.
It was
It looked
slick.
like it.
Well, it should have been slick.
It looked like it was windy.
It was calm and like mirrory, except for
Boat wakes.
it looked like a shattered
Yeah.
mirror
Yeah.
because
Boat
the
wakes.
boat wake
Oh,
was
yeah.
every.
It's so crazy.
It's
man.
stupid.
Well, look, they had
It
the
is.
Cobia
It's
tournament on at the
stupid.
same time.
It should have been calm, and it wasn't calm.
That's why
We don't-
I seriously have a hard time fishing on Sundays and stuff or
We
Saturdays.
had one of those days where one of those minutes where we were lucky nobody was anchored up.
that big
Yeah.
old just
Oh,
wakes coming
No,
everywhere.
no, a giant like a Navy ship destroyer wake
Yeah,
came.
I've
And it was-
never seen one
they
this
were
big.
like 5 of them steep together.
And they were probably good 5-6 foot
Yeah,
waves.
I would give them 4 or 5 foot at least.
Get
They
off
were
the pond and
big.
get way away from the
Yeah,
because they swing you too.
Well, and they didn't look big when we were coming up, so I was like, I am dropping down for spades. And then I'm like, you know what? I don't want to be broadside to this. Let me just turn around and point my bow to the wave, and it was wham, wham.
Tight too.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were
Oh,
close.
yeah.
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 Whatever it was moving was quick. It was quick moving.
Right. Like one of those cutter type of
Mhm.
ships, the 100 footers or whatever. They're
Yeah.
like actually kind of small for the Navy, but they're fast. We almost got run over by.
Well, and there were actually, we saw probably 3 or 4 going out of the bay that day.
Yeah.
And
So on top of all the boat wakes on top of that, you got boom coming on top of those or underneath
Yeah.
those. Okay, yeah. So I know that condition. That's a pain.
And I mean, we got out there, so it was incoming current, so it wasn't bad at all.
Yeah.
Time-wise, paddling back in at the peak of the outgoing, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't fishable at the peak of that outgoing.
Yeah.
Not yesterday. We
Yeah,
tried.
the whole morning tide was good, and as soon as it turned around, Jay and I set up and started sheepshead fishing. I think everybody had started right at that time.
Who would you catch spades?
Yeah.
Yeah, we caught
Yeah.
spades.
Okay.
So Jay,
What size?
Jay caught the biggest weight-wise. It was like 3.2 pounds, 15 incher.
Okay.
And Lee and I caught a bunch of probably 13, 12 13s. We had been getting on a really good class of spades, and I lost a few spades, but nothing. They were 15-inch class spades. I mean, so I'll say this. I lost points for the team. Sorry, TKA.
Because you had a good one.
Well, no, I had 15
He's not the only
inchers.
one.
I had 15 inchers. And losing dexterity.
What'd you do?
So I was out there and I was breaking clams.
This was early.
Yeah, this is like first
Late
thing
in
in the
the.
morning.
This is not. Well, this is actually mid spade fish bite. Slack, like current, like
It was like
on the top going one way, 5 feet under the surface going the other, and just perfect.
I hate having to cut clam during that time. I'm like panicky because this is
Yeah.
the go hour.
Well, and I had 5 clams already cut up, and I went through them.
yeah.
So I'm cutting my clam up, and like an idiot, I take my thumb to pry it open, the little piece, right
With the muscle.
Yeah, with the muscle.
Yeah.
And
Blood all over his
that clam just sliced deep into my thumb. And actually, it was pretty bad. It went
All over
pretty
his
deep.
shorts.
It wasn't just the outside of the skin. It went down into the flesh. And
There was blood all over
Wait,
the side of his
yeah.
boat. It was all over his boat.
Oh yeah, he was
Yeah.
lucky a guy was trolling by right at
Yeah.
the right time.
I tracked the guy down. I'm
Just
waving
waved
my
at him.
bloody hand, and the guy's like, "Oh shit!"
It was all over.
And I'm like,
Yeah,
"Yeah, you got a first aid kit?" So
None of y'all have first aid kits?
nope.
I had that shit in my.
Well, we didn't have
I
cameras.
used to have
either.
all that shit.
yeah, you still carry your bag. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I
I
always
just
have
lost so
medical
many
containers.
bags
Yeah.
over the years, and I used to get the little small ones
Yeah,
from the railroad
yeah.
all the time.
Yeah, that's right.
Let's talk about being prepared. We're all fishing with clams. I'm the only one with scissors out there. I mean,
We got how many dozen clams?
Oh,
4 dozen
Wow.
clams.
we got 50
You were
clams.
working forever.
50 clams. So 50. So
Hey, can I get
4
the
dozen plus 2.
scissors? Yeah, I guess
50 clams.
one set of
Work.
scissors.
Work.
Yeah.
No, Seth had a pair of scissors too.
Okay.
Tiny. Yeah.
No, he had a pair of blue scissors.
Oh, did
So
it?
I can.
We were passing around 2
Oh,
pairs
Okay,
of scissors.
so 2.
That's right. I was out there one day and I was cutting, and you just wash your hands.
Yeah.
Right? You put your hands in the water right here. You don't even think about it, just wiggle your hands and your back. I had my scissors in my hand and went to wiggle and just wiggle my hands. And I went, "Where am I sitting? I just had them in my hand. I just let them go.
Release.
Yeah. I was like, I just went to. Did I just have them in my hand?
Taking broken clamshells, like trying to cut with a broken clamshell.
Yeah.
Yeah. You teeth it. Yeah. Dude.
Yeah, so
That's what I'm talking about.
And I'm done spade fishing.
Whole? You say you like them whole?
A little hook, big bait. It's ready.
Get it through there.
For big ones.
so we're on the spades and a fairly good bite.
Yeah,
I
for like
just-
2 hours probably.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe an hour and a half. I mean, it was a long.
I know it's been when I've been going
good.
out, it's been good too. It's been
But-
bam. Oh, if you don't have a bite, you don't have a bait.
Yeah,
on
just
those days.
none of the bigger spades that we'd been hooking into.
Yeah, but still the 13s and
Yeah.
14s and 15s.
Yeah, well, and
They
James
did well. They did well.
Yeah.
But I mean, I was
You-
really
18.
expecting
18.
boats to come in. I mean, and some guys came in with flounder. There was a 6-pound flounder weight, so a citation flounder weight.
Someone brought in some spades. I don't think they
Yeah.
focused
Yeah,
on
they
them,
did. Yeah.
But I mean, as is, we took first and second in the spades, and our third place spade got knocked out by like less than 1/10 of a pound. So
Yep.
Yeah, we were on. You know,
Yep. Yep. So you got.
I caught a few of that. I caught one we kept, but I don't know whether it was. I don't think it was.
Yeah, they're all in the box. I mean,
and it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You know,
we were
it's-
all fishing the same school,
Right.
Yep.
and we had to be close together. Jet ski Brian came by, and another guy from another club came by, and they came by close
that
enough.
what the
Jet
rules
ski
now?
took.
You have-
Yeah.
Where?
So
Brian came by, and all 4 of us are fishing the very same, very same pile.
But now they're gonna say now they're gonna say you can't do that because you're on 2 different sides, right? You have to be fishing like you're in a boat.
well,
let's go through some of the changes
rules
from
were
last year.
what they wanted is they wanted to stay within shouting distance, and then they brought that back up to within 50 yards.
Well,
So
that's way more. That's
and,
more
and
than
that's
shower
still
distance. That's more than shout distance.
that 50 yards was plenty for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We never got that far apart.
Yeah.
all day.
Especially if you're talking the
I
same
mean,
thing.
maybe-
You're all hammering one thing.
If we were paddling and drifting or something like that,
Yeah.
tying rigs, that's one thing. But when a guy's tying rigs in a boat, he's not fishing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or he's
Yeah.
turned around, you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
And he can still grab a net and help his buddy. I couldn't do shit.
That's right.
I couldn't do a damn
Right.
thing from where I was.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's
So the 2 big rule changes were going and saying, here's a exact distance we want you to stay. If you're fishing, don't go past this.
Right.
And number 2,
Which was, I mean, that was an advantage. I mean, I brought this up, not to boaters, but
Yeah.
to other guys in the club. I was like, that's our biggest advantage.
I mean, we
we
can
can fish
really-
a bigger area. And so they were like, okay, yeah,
especially for,
it's still the
especially
thing
for a
is-
species specific thing
Yeah.
like that. Except
We
one of
can't go
our
offshore.
disadvantages is
we can't quit and just go somewhere
Well,
else.
also,
Well-
yeah, you can't move anywhere.
Yeah,
Right.
we can't.
You have to
yeah.
fish that area, and if
Yeah.
it doesn't produce, you're done.
Can't fish the Bay Bridge
Right.
Tunnel, then go up to York's Bay.
Mhm.
Right.
Or
Yeah.
you can't fish the first island and go over to the high rise.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not going to
A boat
happen.
can.
Yeah. Well, a boat
Well-
actually stopped us, and he said he did the exact same thing.
jet ski Brian came by us at
Nothing.
10:20 in the morning,
With a 64
with the 64-pound cobia that he caught 13 miles away. He was taking it to Lynn Haven, put it in his cooler,
We gotta get started sheepshead fishing.
going sheepshead fishing.
See, we can't do that.
Right.
So
He rolled back out
Right.
with Jet, and at that point,
Yeah.
we had started sheepshead
wait.
fishing.
Jet Ski Brian was fishing a tournament?
Yeah, so
The jet ski club was in it.
Okay, did he have to have four what?
no, they had
No.
I think 4 ski or
Yeah,
5 skis.
yeah, I
Five
think,
skis.
yeah.
Total.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
yeah, I don't think they.
I was
can.
gonna
I mean,
say,
they-
hey,
that's gone,
you guys
I mean,
gotta fish
they-
together.
And they didn't do bad. I think they placed 7th.
Yeah,
They
They beat
didn't
the club,
place
I thought.
last.
they beat
Yeah.
somebody. Yeah.
So
4 dudes.
Yeah,
Damn.
and the only fish they had that,
4 or 5.
that placed was
Yeah.
placed first place in the category.
Kobe.
Brian Scobie was
Yeah.
the biggest
Yeah.
by far. It was.
He had a nice
the
bait.
The other one, he had no triggerfish. He had a
Oh,
nice
yeah, yeah, I'm
triggerfish,
sorry,
but
that's what I meant. Triggerfish, yeah.
our
Yeah.
triggerfish bumped him out.
Better.
Well,
Nice.
we
no,
bumped.
we didn't. Our triggers.
The offshore triggers got
Yeah.
got
Yeah.
us. Our triggers were standing well until
Till
the
the
offshore
offshore
guy
triggers,
showed up with his flounder and
But
his
I think
trigger.
those offshore triggers did not bump us by much.
No.
They
No,
bumped
we were
us by
close,
less
but-
than a quarter of a pound.
Yeah.
So
Damn, I want to get out there.
So
Our trigger bite was
terrible.
terrible. We had
Yeah.
2 trigger bites
yeah.
It's been like that. For
and
me.
caught.
yeah.
I fished an hour and caught one.
So I guess
All of
going toward that.
Okay, wait. You still on spades? Boom, boom. That fish that bite dies. Current runs and stuff.
Well, and
You
actually
guys-
the bite was still going, but it's like okay, we have some
You got
good
something.
spades.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
so
and we
Jay,
weren't getting bites from the bigger ones. The current was turning around. And
once
it
I
was
did the same
getting
thing. Once I
really-
started
yeah.
getting to the small ones, that was it. You know.
Yeah.
Well, they weren't changing. The size
Right.
wasn't changing.
Right.
You know what I
That's
mean? We were
right.
catching the same ones, small ones, and that size ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can tell the bites too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you start missing them,
And I mean, that was where a diver came by.
Yeah.
Left spear fisherman came
3
by.
spear fishermen, 3 or 4,
We were fishing
all in the water.
the Yancey. We were fishing the end of the Yancey right there, so we were real close together. And he came by a couple of pilings away and was like, "There's really big." He was like, "We don't even shoot the spade fish." He's like, he told us the sheep's head were really deep, and
The 2 of them.
and the spade fish around where we had just moved from were really big. So we went back there, and the bite was still it had died down some. It was-
yeah.
It was like cookie cutter 8-10 inchers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's what was just. I was feeding those the
Yeah.
last time I went out. A dozen.
But then Lee and Jay, they dropped down for
Straight to the bottom.
Yeah.
I'm on them.
Yeah.
Yeah, the dude said they're way down there. And
Okay.
he's not coming up with them on the spear, so
Yeah. Down
So,
far for him.
What,
Yeah.
less than 5 minutes for you.
Cool.
yeah.
Well, I had a bite while y'all were still spade fishing. You might have been sheepshead fishing.
Yeah,
right now.
I started at the exact same time he did, right
And
next
I was
to him.
like, I just got a sheepshead bite. And then we were all talking about fishing that one piling. They're like, you want us to come help you out? No. I'm good.
His bait's all hanging around.
I'm like, So, I mean, he didn't. It wasn't like your typical sheepshead bite, though. It was,
There's no typical sheep.
Well,
Yeah.
Seems like he just went away though.
yeah. Well, what I get used to is I'll feed him for a little while until he gets lazy, and then I'll hook him.
Very technique.
Yeah, that's my technique. Very rarely will I get on the first time. I've done it like once. Like the first time, like there he is, and I got him. It's usually 2, 3. I've done it
You gotta
half a
make
dozen
friends
times.
with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm not trying to hurt you. I'm trying to feed you these delicious crabs. So, yeah, and he just went away. I stayed right there because I knew what it was.
Yeah.
And he'd come by and he pecked me off again. I was like, so finally he ate 2 in a row and I was ready for him. So I was like, okay, so he hit it and I came up and all I remember was Lee saying, "Do what you do, Jay." I mean, it wasn't moving hard enough that so I didn't have to get off the pile, and I just let him. He was really stupid. Drove me straight away. I'm like, okay,
Nice.
if that's what you want to do.
Nice.
So
It was a
It-
big one.
yeah, it
Nice.
was
How big?
25 to 26.
Yeah. How much that weigh?
11.86.
Yeah.
Cool.
So
Yeah.
that one.
Is that-
As soon as he
Was
put
that the
his
biggest
in the
one?
boat.
Yeah.
Huh? Yeah, that was the biggest one. And as soon as he put his in the boat, I had turned around and watched him land his. So my bait moved. I reeled it up, put a new fiddler crab on, dropped it to the bottom, turned the reel one handle time, and it just took off. I set into one, and I still have my leader, my 50-pound fluorocarbon on. There was 9 or 10 foot of it from trolling with Rick the week before. Perfectly good shape, fluorocarbon. I set the hook. This thing, I get 2 handle cranks, and I feel it wobble. And then just takes off, and BAM! Just breaks.
Ah.
I reeled up and 3 inches from the knot.
Oof.
This thing had me good.
You just
it
immediately-
got an oyster shell or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, it was instant.
Yeah.
It was either a sheep's head or a big tog. I mean, if it was a tog, it was a...
Well, it wallowed. That's probably a sheep.
Yeah, I mean,
And if he
in this
took off
time
that
of year, and dude said the sheep's head were real deep, but where we were,
and
We've
then
caught
velocity.
hog this time of
Yeah,
year.
yeah, and big ones, so...
But
I'll
that's
go big
that
ones.
velocity.
Yeah, I mean, he
probably just went, just sheared right around that piling.
And I just looked back at them and I
And
was...
this-
Because I was like, yeah! And I just looked back at them and I was like, yeah, I just broke one off.
Well, I was,
Just that fast. Not even, it wasn't even enough to get mad at.
Yep.
You know what I mean? One of those ones where like, I just got had. I mean,
Yeah.
I just got
There was nothing.
Yep,
There was
I
no
didn't
kind
do
of
anything.
technique you could have
No.
done. It was so fast. You didn't have that like time to put that thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
You didn't have time for your muscles to react to it.
Yeah, well, I mean, I got 2 cranks on the reel and it took off.
Yeah.
And then, bam.
Bam.
I was,
In that position,
And-
going ah. So
That's it.
did you? So okay. So
That's-
did you
um,
retie and
so
Yeah.
he moves down to the next piling,
after a while.
and yeah, this is when Jay and I were
After
taking
that one.
pictures. I
After
dropped
that one.
I dropped down to where Lee got robbed and pulled up like I think it was like 2.5, 2 3/4 pound trigger.
Whew.
Right
Yeah,
off
he
the
got a
bat.
nice
Oh,
trigger
yes.
down there.
Yeah.
That was-
And I hadn't been getting any bites there except that one sheep's head bite.
Wow.
And I got what I felt was a sheep's head bite right prior to catching that trigger.
I was about to get like
Yeah.
9 for the leader back.
I told Lee, man, 9 foot of 50-pound fluorocarbon, that shit's mine.
You can have the fish. I'm taking it.
Yeah. And we stayed there fishing for a while, and just nothing picked up after that. Hell, Lee caught a citation oyster toad.
Yeah, I did catch a
Giant.
big
Big one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice and
Was that
slimy.
Wable?
Yeah, we weren't in the Calcutta, but
Right.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
well, actually, I would have stood a chance till the guys from the ocean came in with the big sea bass and the big flounder, and they had one of them ocean going. 2.5 or 2.6. I mean,
What was the size you caught? How was it?
Oh,
How was that?
probably a pound and a half.
Big. Yeah.
It would have taken first for all the inshore people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
but-
this thing dwarfed. I mean, it could have eaten anything else. I mean, it was. Just,
Yeah.
I mean, I caught one this winter with Ken Neal
Yeah.
togging.
Yeah.
They're big out there. They're real cool looking though. They're like gray and blue instead of the brown. Yeah, they're real cool looking out there.
Yeah, that's cool.
Nasty.
Still
So
wanna
did
kill 'em
you?
all.
So, yeah. So
Then-
trigger.
Yeah, we went up to the island to go look for
So no more,
triggers.
no more sheep's head.
No,
That was it.
no, we fished for a while.
Yeah.
Hour and a half. I mean, the
The
time.
bite stopped. There was just no bites after that. Like
Yeah.
So we hit the island and hit the area that I like fishing for triggers. Jay drops down and had a trigger follow, and
yeah, I was
I
bringing up to
remember-
check my bait.
just, oh, take it.
Yeah, like I saw him. He followed up. And I dropped it right back down, and I kept it with an eye. And he hit it and he cut it right in half. I was like, oh god.
Woo!
And one piece went down, one piece was still on my hook. I was like, come back to the hook. And he like stopped for a second. I saw the big claw going down. I was like, please come back, please come back. And he slowly came back. He ate it. I let him kind of start to go back down with it. I set the hook, and right when I set the hook, I pulled him right out of the water, right into the boat. Like, it was like no fight. It was
me
like, yeah, it was no
And
fight.
You're a tournament. That's
Yeah,
right.
oh yeah. Like,
Bass.
Yeah.
he fell in. The hook came right out. You know, he just straight in.
Yeah.
I mean, there's
Holding
no.
on.
Yeah, there's pressure on him the whole time. Yeah.
We might have just.
Yeah.
Yeah. Might have just been holding on.
Yeah.
So
we had a couple other smaller triggers that just, they wouldn't have done anything for the tournament, but just couldn't
Compared
come
to the
down.
others that were.
Just see them. Just see them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I lost probably a 21 inch sheep's head at the island.
Huh.
And it was one of those, again, I've had this curse this year where I've been hooking them in the molars.
Yeah.
And had it, he's pulling, and it just comes up and turns sideways,
Comes right out.
goes back down.
Yeah.
That's like,
You
oh.
can see it. You see it happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. and
There's
I'm,
nowhere for a hook to go there.
And
If
that-
it's not,
Unless you, yeah.
and that was one to kind of with the other sheep's head coming in. That one wouldn't have weighed, that one wouldn't have placed. And
Right.
so
third
yeah,
place
the,
like
the
9
third
pounds.
place
Yeah,
was
sorry.
9.8.
Yeah.
so
It's
he
a nice
gets
Third place was what? 9.
9.8.
Oh yeah.
Second place
Yeah.
was
So no 20 inches
11
would have done
No.
anything. 21 inches.
no,
would
so
have
he
done
gets to swim another day,
Yep.
and
Yep.
we get to go play with him, you know, for the upcoming years,
Yep.
hopefully.
Yep.
Speaking of, because y'all know that sheepsheads are so old. I did that the new program for the freezer.
Okay.
I didn't even know about it. I didn't even know.
Oh
about
yeah.
it.
Yeah,
they
they've
show
been doing that for
everything
years,
there.
but they've it's not just ODU that's doing it now. They're doing it with, and I think it's
Them's-
Cobia.
Them's- yeah.
We always put our
There's a
Cobia
bunch
in
of-
our
yeah,
executive shirt
Black
every year.
drum, Cobia, black drum. I know speckled trout's in there. Sheep's head.
They make it real easy. There's like a picture on the side of the freezer. I never even noticed the
Doing
freezer because I
spades?
never.
Are they doing spades?
No. Oh, I think so actually.
And this is
there's a
not where
picture.
like
There's a
before they
picture.
just wanted the head. Now they want the whole carcass.
Right.
So after you
So
fillet it.
right.
Of course, the
so
meat,
I filleted it, threw it in trash bag, said I want a large T-shirt, and we'll see.
Yeah.
So that's cool. I mean, they'll learn something off of it. Hopefully, they'll start making it legal to spear and stuff like that because I mean, that's a 20-year-old fish. I mean,
Well, I don't know if we do. Yeah, I don't know if we do that. And it seems like right now the limits are all right for them. You know, like
Yeah.
we're not seeing any.
This
decline.
dude rolled by with 5 guys in the water.
piling by piling, just going down. And mine had gotten hit with a dole spear. You
Yeah.
could see the puncture mark.
I've caught togs like that.
And so it's like,
Hitting it back.
yeah. So
Yeah, I know. I don't. Yeah, I don't like it either. But yeah,
It is. It's not illegal.
it's not.
no. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't blame them. I mean, it's what they want to do. I mean, it's so
So was that all for you guys?
Yeah. And Jay caught what spot?
Yeah, it was up there for a little while, and it got pushed out because some people were targeting spot. It was,
But it was probably 9 inches or so.
yeah,
Like,
it was decent. I
I-
mean,
Yeah,
out of the
catching
island,
them.
yeah.
I
sometimes
I think
they're
like
pretty
a
big.
third of a pound.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I've been keeping those size.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fish sticks.
yeah.
Yep.
So it was good. I mean,
You had
I mean,
fun.
it was a good.
Once
it
the
was-
current turned to outgoing and got going all the way, it was just we were stuck to fishing for triggers around the island, and we paddled
slow.
in,
Yeah.
and we paddled in, and we would have had like an hour to fish, and we made it like 25 minutes, and we're just like, this isn't gonna work.
Yeah.
You know, if it trying to fish in closer, the current was just so strong, even way in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the first place round head we took was 0.96. So that was Chris's round head.
Yeah.
Jay's spade was 3.24, and one of our other spades was 2.82.
What are the
So-
species we get?
We got speckled trout.
Right,
So
right, y'all respect
big
that, right?
four- yeah.
One,
between
1, 2, 3.
4.84 and 3.26 between first and third.
She said you had one.
one
What was
at-
what, third place, second place.
First.
First, that was first
Yeah.
place. That's right.
So 11.02
So 11.
was second. 9.1 was third.
What was yours? 11.
11.86.
Okay.
So it was
that's not even
12.
close to the second one.
Yeah. Well, I walked up, I saw the 11 pounder, and I was like, I gotta beat. And
Yep.
they were like, no. I was like, I gotta beat.
Yeah.
I thought it was gonna be a little bit over 12, honestly.
Yeah,
but-
that
it's
one it looked
close.
like a 12 pounder.
Close.
So
Yeah.
I thought it was gonna be a 12 pounder.
and
Well,
so-
in a live it.
Would they
would
tell you
have
that age when they when you?
I don't know if they're gonna give me. I hope they give me the information
Yeah.
on it. That would be
When
nice, but
I did the Cobia last year.
they didn't.
They
No.
didn't do any of that.
So
There might be a number on there for you to look, like a fish ID
It'd
number.
be worth it.
Yeah, totally.
It's probably a fish
Yeah.
ID number.
Yeah, because they have the category.
well, especially for these guys that catch a lot of sheep, that maybe they don't know, and then you get something back saying, yeah, it's 20-year-old fish. Okay.
A lot of your main boat marinas, the one, especially the motels, have the freezers right there for guys that use the cleaning stations.
The fishing center has one.
life
at
jacket was there.
Long Bay Point.
Yeah, nice.
Where was the
With
weigh
bucket eels.
Over at Vinnings.
Yeah, that's where
Yeah.
it's working. Yeah.
Yeah. So
French
Cooked
fries.
eels.
French fries.
they've done it there. I
Yes.
think the last 3 or 4 years,
Yeah.
and
2 days.
still an awesome
days.
job.
Cooked.
I hate when poor motherfuckers they start
They
talking
wish they
over
were
there
there.
and shit.
Yeah.
Talking about the eels from
Oh,
our
no.
fishing trip the other day.
Yeah,
How he they got left in the cart with Jay's life jacket
Oh.
for
Yeah.
2 days, so they were fish sticks.
Yeah.
Cooked all the
You could've
way.
revived.
Well done.
I mean, people were very honest there. The bait bucket was still there, covered in flies, and my life jacket was right next to it.
Yeah. Cover the flies.
Yeah.
Harvesting, like dwelling for the fly.
Yeah. Went straight to car wash. So I'm gonna have to wear this next week. So yeah. But yeah, it was fun. I mean, we caught fish.
Yeah.
We just, like last year, we just set the precedent. It was just we did so well last year. There was no way we could have duplicated that. I mean, it was an amazing day last year.
Yeah,
It
Stetson
was-
still is.
It's awesome.
It's the first time.
Yeah, we were damn close.
Right?
Yeah.
If they would have
We were
allowed
damn
us to
close.
have,
We had a couple of fish hooked up.
Yeah.
And if
I'm sure that
you had redfish in there,
it would have been
Chuck caught one that was like
Right at
25 and
26.
7/8
Yeah.
yesterday.
Yeah.
That's a first place fish.
Yeah.
That's another 3 points.
Yeah.
yeah, and that's the
But-
thing. It's just very odd that last year, and then they gave us the rules, and they said, okay, we know you swept the redfish last year. We're gonna get rid of that. Out of all the tournaments, like there's redfish tournaments all over the country
Yeah.
specifically for red. Like you're gonna not have it on this one where you can count spot,
What
but
was
not
the reason?
redfish.
they didn't give a reason.
No, they just said we're getting
Because
rid
it
of
wasn't originally in there, so they just didn't replace Tautog with it.
I,
But,
right.
you
I
know-
think a lot of people were
I was surprised they didn't put like white marlin releases in
Yeah.
there. You know what I mean? Like
we need more stuff.
But I'll tell you, it is flattering
tile
being
fish.
right there and knowing that there's a rule that was most likely set in place or not rolled over from the previous year because we did as
And that
well as
one,
we
like,
did.
just on the kayakers, like, you got to stay together, but actual rule for the whole tournament.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Oh, yeah.
And so
Where
it
did
took
Chuck-
second
where did-
anyway.
Where did Chuck fish?
HRBT.
HRBT, and he had a.
Yeah.
Apparently, puppy drum biter there was good.
Yeah.
Redfish bite.
Yeah.
Little red bite. Channel bass.
Using jargon now.
But yeah, I mean, it was an awesome day.
Yeah, I know.
And-
I was like, I texted him, was like, y'all got fucking lucky with this wind.
Well, 2 days before,
Oh.
I
know.
I told Billy I hate you
2 days before, it was supposed to be blowing 40.
and raining.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
A lot.
hurricane or whatever happened to that? I mean, it was supposed to be a hurricane.
Went way offshore and
Yeah.
left a bunch of big waves for the surfers.
Yeah.
And I told Lee, I was like, I don't care.
No,
You
I
hit
get
me,
to-
I don't care. I was like, I won't worry about the weather till Friday.
Yeah.
True.
And
amazing.
Friday, when
It's
I was out
amazing. It
fishing
went
with Jay
40
on the boat,
To 0.
Yeah.
Friday when I was with Jay out on the boat, I looked at the weather and was like, dude, we're going to have an awesome day tomorrow. Like, at least for the weather,
Yeah.
at least.
Yeah.
It might rain a little bit, but then even those chances.
It was cloudy in the morning. That was it. But it was that.
No, it
calm,
actually
like-
was really. It got really sunny in the morning, and I think that Brian caught his fish as soon as he came. I mean, he left out of Lynn Haven, but he went to his hometown. He went up to the York. 13 miles up in the bay is York.
Yeah.
He was up to York Spit or Baltimore, one of the two.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And the one cool thing about this tournament, though, over the past, I've been doing it, I think, 5 years now with TKA, is just seeing the progression and the quality of kayak anglers that we're getting into this tournament.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Everybody's getting better as the years go.
yeah, and I
Right.
mean,
Yeah.
it's one of the things I think right now for kayak angling in particular, we're not like boat anglers where we find that stalemate and we stop progressing. Everyone's just pushing the envelope so hard that even the guys who might not be the innovators of the sport,
Mm-hmm.
they're still just advancing at such a huge level. I think the whole club, I think we had 19 people, and every one of those individuals would be, you know, they might not be a common household name, but I mean, solid. We had the right people for the team, for the club out there.
Yep.
Um,
And that's what it is. You get, like when I was doing it, it was sheepshead
Yeah.
to me, and you know I took the first place sheepshead when I did it that 1 year. So yeah, you put to what your skill level, who's going to be
Right.
who's been
I
at that
think-
point. It was like
Yep.
who's doing the bridge. It was me and Tom Powers, and I think it was Rick came out or
Tom
someone.
Yeah.
fished with
Tom
Chuck,
and
right?
Jay Beeler, Tom, Jay Beeler, and I can't remember the third guy, but they were in Lynn Haven.
What is it?
I don't
And-
know if the boats have the same mentality as far as game plan goes. Like we were like, we pretty much get told, hey, this is what you're gonna do, and do you want to do it? Yeah. Like
They
as
should
far as
have-
like
I mean,
this.
no, they probably do it
Right.
some, but there's
Yeah.
there was
I think there's more ego.
the guys
They're
that
like,
go
hey,
Well,
off-
it's also they can go.
the guys that
the
go
focus
offshore are going to
isn't
catch
there.
flounder, and you're going to have guys fishing the bridge for flounder too.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
If the flounder bite is on offshore, chances are those guys are going to trump
Or-
the guy, unless somebody like gets a good one in the bay. I mean, and there's been a lot of good ones
Yeah, I've been seeing
caught,
them.
but
Yeah.
this guy that came with one, I think he was with the offshore guys that have the 6-pounder or so that led.
And I mean, Seth was the only one with flounder gear, and he never even dropped down for flounder.
Yeah.
I mean, it was one of those things where, you know what, if we can't catch any of our target species,
We got flounder.
or we're just slaying the target species out and we have time,
That's what happened last year.
we might as
Yeah.
well do it. Yeah.
Yeah, we started messing around last year just because.
Yeah.
So
Speaking of flounder, you seen that guy up in New York? I don't know if you guys are friends with him. I can't remember his name right offhand, but
Vic something?
No, it's not Vic's the striper guy.
Oh, okay.
That dude, yeah, that dude.
He's awesome.
Yeah, every day it seems like he catches 40 inches, plus. But there's another guy who fishes New York, and I think this is more New York, like New Jersey, New York area, up that area. But he's 31-inch flounder. I mean, he's just. The last week it was like 28s, right? It was 26, 28s, and now he had a stringer 3 fish
Yep.
all from 26 to 28.
looking like mini halibut.
Yeah, and now this week it's gotten bigger. It's like 30s to 31s. I'm like, Jesus, and they're huge. They're huge.
that's crazy.
It's such a big flounder.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah.
Before we move off topic, you want to talk about like some of the questions?
What?
Yeah, I think that you're right. That'd be a good segue
What do you wanna
for
do?
the questions that we had about the bridge.
Yeah. But still, on
Jason,
topic.
we didn't answer your question yet either.
Who's that?
Jason Parsons asked a question.
We haven't gotten any of them yet.
Nope, we haven't gotten
I
any of
did
them
2
yet.
up top that I copied from the other thread.
Yeah.
I brought those over.
Different inshore rigs we use.
Drop
yeah,
a
and-
loop?
yeah.
For
Yeah,
what,
that's- I mean, that's
what
what
we
they
used
do.
yesterday, we used drop and yeah, I mean,
Dropper loops and Carolina rigs.
dropping loops and Carolina rigs.
Yeah, and I know
I
you-
spade fish a little. We all spade fish a little differently than you do. We
Mhm.
don't use the jig head, but
Yep.
we use a small, like a number 2.
I use 2 and 4
It's spades.
red owner
Spades.
hooks. Yeah.
And
actually,
how
last
do you do it? Do you have a dropper loop or not, like a tog rig on that, or
Egg sinker. I use a
I
Carolina
mean,
rig.
you do a Carolina rig.
Carolina
yeah.
rig.
But you don't do the jig head. You just do the hook.
That's right.
Yeah, and actually last week I caught a 24-inch and a 23.5-inch sheep's head on that same rig with that
Mhm.
little tiny red size 4 owner.
Yep.
I mean, they hold up if you don't horse them.
Yeah, for the
Yeah,
sheep's
it
head,
does.
for the sheep's head, it's a dropper loop.
Yep.
Yeah.
Weight below the hook. I use a lot longer space between the hook and the sinker for sheep's head fishing than I do for tog fishing.
Yep.
I use it, 15, 16 inches up. Where tog fishing, I use it 4 or 5 inches up.
And that's what they're using for on the bridge. Now inshore, like I say, in the inlets. I don't know. I don't know if he's. I don't know if he's asking.
Yeah,
inshore.
yeah,
Is it
yeah. I mean,
inshore?
what
Is
do
it
you
like, is that
like
bay
for
or
what?
actually
I
inlet?
mean, different
Like-
types of rigs
like-
we use.
Well, basically, that's simple because that's for me. It's jig on it. It's
Yeah.
gulps on a jig head.
Right.
I mean, it's really that's what it is. It's
In this area, I mean, if we're not throwing mirror lures or top water, a lot of guys throw popping corks with either bait on, a jig head or a J hook, or throwing
Tipped with
You know,
fresh
paddle tails.
Carolina shrimp.
Is this a
From
limit?
our guy earlier in Rudy.
Oh.
Earlier this year in Rudy, we were
Fresh
told you
Carolina
have to
shrimp.
use fresh.
Have to.
Use fresh tip your jig with fresh Carolina
That's
shrimp. I
awesome.
told the guy, homie, if I had fresh Carolina shrimp, I wouldn't be out here fishing for these drunk. I'm good. I'm going home.
But now, I was talking about. I was talking to somebody who fishes up in the James River area or up in the Nasman, and we were talking about what he's going to target in there. I'm like, you're going to target reds and probably stripers more in there. Out
Yeah.
here, but you have mud, so you're not going to be using. I use a 1/2 ounce jig head in these waters because we have sand bottom. And I'm looking for like flounder and reds, which are flounder and reds are going to be on the bottom for that. But reds can also be from mid water column up, where striper's going to be also. So that I told him, you got so much mud, you're probably not going to be wanting to hit the bottom. You want to be probably swimming. So that's weightless, weedless hooks or whatever or stuff like that.
Yeah, that was one of my learning curves when I was in North Carolina because they have so much grass. You can't just sit there and,
Well, that's
throw
the
that
thing.
jig in that grass. It's not going to work.
You go, to the York River north, and it's like that. You seen that video, like the 4 days on the bay video. I mean, that's like Florida type grass.
Yeah, you got to go
grass.
top water or swimming
Yeah.
bait. I mean,
Yeah.
that's it.
It's awesome. I mean, nothing that was
Yeah.
had a jig head. No jig heads. Up
No,
there. It was
no,
all
it's-
weedless. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was also fun because I could see you cast it out and I had a bright one, a bright tail, and I could see it pulling through the grass, and I drop it down the holes, and I could reel it up and watch it, and stop it and let it drop down the holes and reel it back out again, and it was fun that way. Yeah, this is different.
Yeah.
I'm just used to casting jig head and boom, boom, boom. Yeah. So yeah, and then Wayne was like, I think Wayne Mills asked.
Rains for rigs for
Triggers.
triggers he's ever had or caught one or ate one.
Now I use basically same bottom dropper, but it's I use a really small hook, like a spot hook, like a bait catching hook, like super small. I think it's a 4, but it's an extra strong hook.
Right.
So
Better
it's not
for
going to bend
yeah.
out because those you'll bend it out.
They got the teeth. They'll smash it, crush it,
or even probably
bend it
break
and bend it, break it.
break it.
Yeah, I use my same spade fish rig. I drop the bottom,
Yeah.
2 cranks up,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
float it, because there's so many rocks out there and stuff. So
Yeah, and that's the thing is, and I'm also using
They're normally right around rocky terrain. We catch
a
them.
lot of rocks, but you also
Yeah.
this time of year you also have a lot of black sea bass. So what I've been doing
Yeah.
is I've been using fish bites. I'm using
Okay.
blubber fish bites because I get more chances. I put clam on and it's blah,
Yep.
and the
And it's
black
nothing
sea
but
bass
sea bass.
have it and it's gone. You got to rebait. So at least I
I
might
started
able
with
to
clam
get.
yesterday, and that's
I've been
nothing but
using.
black sea bass.
They'll bite the.
I
fish
wasn't even
bites.
losing my clams to.
What I've been doing is dropping it down, right? Because I'm using dropper loop with the hook up. So I've been dropping it down and then raising it up off the rock. So
I
the
know.
black, it's away from the black sea bass, but the triggers will still come up to it because they like coming up to stuff. They'll come up to the weight and then see that, that.
Yeah.
Or I'll bring it when I hit the bottom. I'll bring it up, and or if I'm getting hit the bottom, I hit black sea bass. Hopefully, if they don't get hooked, I'll bring it up and just keep bringing it down, bring it back up again.
well. I actually have a secret rig that I was using yesterday to catch these triggers. Yeah, a secret rig.
Treble hooks.
No,
Yeah, it's
it's when you
Okay, so-
Carolina rig
You get the
drops
Carolina
down,
rig.
right?
so it looks right. So you get it. Everything's in line, ready to go. Drop it down. 20 seconds later, I bring it up, and it is wrapped up in a knot.
Like a reverse dropper loop rig.
It goes up. It goes up
Yeah, it's
the
like a
line.
reverse dropper loop rig. It's set up.
So I said, Lee, do you see this? So I would fix it. I would drop it down. I was like, watch. I bring it up.
I got the exact same rig on.
No problem with them. And I was like, you gotta be kidding me. So at the end of the day, I'd bring it up. They would look at me, rebait it, show it to them, just tangles
just leave it
nets.
like that.
Just one hook hanging off the side. Drop it back down, folks. We're in
And the
them.
triggers like that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that weird thing.
I was like, they're down there making fun of me. They're like, who is this guy with this rig?
Well, and you were also naming your feather crabs at the end of the day too.
Well, I mean,
Getting loopy, a little hungover.
oh, we paddled right out of the hangover, right into the yeah, I figured if you name them, they're gonna work harder for you. You can't just be like call all of them, fiddler crabs. If it's like, hey, Susie, we're sending Susie now. She's gonna work. She's gonna flash a little extra claw out there. So work the corner for you.
I don't know what you got, Lee.
Can you catch fish
No.
at the CBPT on artificial lures? Never. Not
Flounder.
flounder.
Flounder, striper,
I'm
reds.
using
Speckled
artificial.
trout.
I'm using artificial bait. Yeah, specks in the wintertime. Yeah, striper. Yeah.
I've never caught a sheep's head on an
Blues.
artificial lure. I've never caught a tog on an artificial lure. I tried little mole crab gulps one time.
Lose my confidence quick in those things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were really snapping on everything else.
I think I put the lobster, the gulp.
Manish trap?
Was it man shrimp? The one that looks like a
Ghost shrimp.
crayfish. Ghost shrimp. Right. I put that down for a tog while right next to him while he was catching. And I was like, 1, 2,
Yeah.
3 fish, and I'm like, okay,
That doesn't work.
that test is over.
Yeah.
But no, I mean the striper fishing out there in the fall is pretty good.
Yeah, you get that morning and evening rock, casting into the rock bite.
Yeah. Well, and even the span going out to the rocks.
Over the
Yeah.
tube.
Yeah.
With the
Well, I
current
mean,
break.
no, just the pilings.
Yeah.
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 And you don't have the light line like you have at the HRBT, just because the bridge is so much higher off the water. But you can still see them when they're there.
Let's go back to the triggers. Have you ever caught them like inshore in any of the inlets off of the pilings there? It seems like they should be out there.
No, I haven't tried around the like HRBT.
Like
And
Glenhaven or-
anytime I'm going back and because I usually use like the gulps when the gulps get bit and they look like the puffer bites can look just like trigger
Yep.
bites. So sometimes you can't tell
It'll happen.
until you change up and you start going fishing for food. Sometimes I've been on the bridge on the tube on the first island and been flounder fishing on the tube and come down and just going and it comes up and it's got chunks bitten out.
I caught them out at Back River, and I've caught them out of Lynn Haven Right up front, there's a
Yeah.
old oyster bed with rocks right by a grass island. So
Yeah, and it's salty as hell. You know, I imagine they're going to need oceanic type of water. Sheepshead can go all the way up. I mean, they've been caught all the way up in James. I've caught one at the Monitor Merrimack. Small one, but I've caught one there.
I had one hooked one day there.
Yep.
A
Yep.
real nice one.
Yep.
I've heard
Yeah,
this.
decent one. Yeah. I think we went there just to try it, you know,
Yeah.
to see if we could catch sheepshead. 'Cause
Wind
they
was
were
blowing
doing
like
good.
a billion miles an hour out of the north.
Yeah, so we were like, oh, we'll just go there because you could actually
It
fish
was
the two.
real hood.
Yeah.
One time for tog.
Yeah.
No tog caught.
Yeah.
I know they're supposed to be there, but
Yeah.
Well, it's-
Do the chickens have large talons?
Chickens have large talons. Who said that? Who asked that one?
Who do you
no
say?
shame.
Do the chickens have large talons?
It's such a great movie, by the way.
That is
A
awesome.
great reference.
Anchoring and tips for anchoring in strong currents and do's and don'ts.
I made all the mistakes on this.
Yeah, I mean, don't anchor off the side ever, and especially not
Yeah.
in strong currents. You're
Don't even lock in when you attach you put your rope through your carabiner and slide it forward. Don't even have it attached.
yeah.
Yeah, have it loose until you
That's
get it out.
going out, yeah.
Oh yeah, always.
Don't tie a buoy or something to the end of your rope so that it will not go out of your anchor trolley. That's useless.
Yeah.
That's dangerous, and you're only gonna make that mistake one time. The buoy goes on the outside.
Yeah.
There's one of your biggest don'ts.
Yeah.
Put the buoy on the outside, not the inside. The buoy goes outside of the
In the
boat.
water.
Don't tie off to the handle instead of having a cleat.
actual
Yeah, don't-
quick release cleats.
Yeah, I mean, quick release cleats are a really good idea. My first boat had an actual boat cleat, and I haven't had one since. I've
Yeah.
used cam cleats ever since.
Yeah, I have a cam cleat and I love it.
Yeah.
Absolutely love it.
They're so strong, and I mean, nowadays you could probably people find a way. And the boats are more accessible nowadays. You could get your hands back in there, and you could actually put a bolt through there. Mine are all put on with some
Screws.
I get the screw that is just the size that you actually have to turn it. It doesn't thread the cam cleat, but you
Right.
have to just barely
No, on the
turn it
back-
and nudge it to go through there.
On the back of the packaging, it'll tell you what kind of screws to get.
Yeah.
And so when you're at
Super coarse.
yeah, you get it while you're at West Marine. That's where I usually get. Well, I've
Yeah.
ordered some online, but when you're at West Marine, just around the back it says this type of screws, and you look over here and get your stainless screws from there. Boom, you're done.
Yeah.
Yeah. We had a guy come in the other day, because we have those anchor trolley systems at work. But
Right.
it's the ones with the loop through them,
Yeah.
and it's also the ones with the cleat that's
the zigzag.
too, which is fine in the backwater and stuff. But you don't want that when you're. This guy was getting it put on a Triton. I was like, go spend the $100 that's going to cost you. You know, you can buy this for $40, but go spend the $100 for the stainless stuff and the
I had one break on the Eastern
$25.
Shore one day, and it was just, it's not for me.
And
Not anymore.
outside of the cam cleats, I also have used like clam cleats.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the
And
yeah.
I used to use those because they're
Angle
cheaper.
Yeah.
But when we were doing the shoals, any wave jerks or even at the bridge, it would jerk off and it would it would pull through.
Let me
Right.
Yeah. But the cam cleats, those are the best ones. They're a lock in and they're a quick release.
Make sure you have enough rope. I made this mistake for
Yeah.
years. I had like a boat anchor because I was too stupid. I was
passing along.
like, it's the anchor's fault. No. If you have enough rope, you can get hung anywhere you want. And that's all
Yeah.
it is to it. I mean, you went over this in your DVD.
Number 2 DVD.
But yeah, it took me a long time to realize, holy crap. This is basic boating 101.
Yeah.
Have enough rope.
It's anchored.
Have the right anchor for where you're going
Yeah.
as well.
Oh yeah,
If you're gonna
don't-
fish in sand, use a cam or a
Claw.
claw. Or I used to use the shovel. I really like the shovel. The shovel
But
works good.
The thing is, with I remember Rick using one, and he at the shoals it was a problem because it was if you have compact sand, it's hard, and you need some weight in front of it. So a chain was kind of needed for that. Also, he lost one because it got buried. It got completely buried in the sand.
Huh.
So the shoals
Last night went out and got his back one time.
Jeez, that's loud. I forgot to
in.
turn. Yeah.
Big call.
I don't know what that was.
Who are we talking to? Bring him in.
I don't know.
Bring him on
The first caller.
up.
It was Damien.
You're live.
Damien being slack.
Coming in.
Any more questions?
Sure, why
Good
not?
question, man.
Just the
What
top.
question were we on?
Anchor.
stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, use the right anchor. What do you guys? What do they prefer to use up in the river? The claw?
The
Chains, and you guys use that sometimes for a river. Actual
Seth
rocky
uses
river.
a shovel and the claw,
Huh.
But what's the bottom?
I didn't know.
or
if
the
they-
scoop anchor. It's muddy to
Okay,
gravelly.
Okay, but it's not like river.
I was talking about up like above.
Rapids.
Okay.
Chains.
Above, like-
Well, guys, I know those guys are always talking about using chains and stuff, like just the drag, just to slow them down the current.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
So then they cast the.
I don't know if
It's
like
easy
a
to pull
mushroom was good up there or something like that because it won't. Mushrooms really don't get to get trapped under anything.
Yeah, but if you're a rapid rocky area, it would get wedged in something.
Yeah, I was talking about big ones. I was talking about like river rock,
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, right.
boulder bottom.
Yeah.
That's not or rock
And-
bottom, not.
With that,
Rapids.
I know Luther developed that 3-foot park and pull for the rivers, and I know Wanderoo up in Pennsylvania uses that quite a bit,
That'll wedge in between two rocks, I guess, real good, or the sand or
and
river
easier
bottom.
to recover too.
Yeah, Luther Yakutek's got the
What the 3,
3 foot,
the 5, and the 8.
8. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. You know,
8 foot.
hmm Still, I don't think it would.
I got the 5 foot.
Got a 5 foot.
I have 5 foot.
Have you used it down south?
Yeah, North Carolina and stuff.
Yeah.
Because I'll get to a spot where the water's alkaline or something. I'll just instead of beaching in that mud and getting mud, I'll just stop right there. I'm not staying right here in my boat because I've made that mistake too. Oh, just because here, you can just get out.
Sand.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
And that marsh and stuff. No. It smells.
What's the picture?
That's
Yeah, that shade. What is it?
Yeah,
Which one is that one?
It's the picture of Napoleon when he asked.
Oh, is that one?
Jason wants to know if he said he was at Cape Charles today on the beach, and the beach was filled with snails. What likes to eat snails? I don't know.
Everything.
Everything, yeah.
Snails.
I don't know if it's a bait opportunity. They're real hard to get out of.
hermits.
I mean, hermits are easier to get out of the shell if they're big enough. But snail, I don't know. I've never tried to get a snail out of the shell. I mean, periwinkles and there's the ones you see on the beach. The beach normally sliding around are real small ones.
Are they periwinkles?
I mean, I've seen
Yeah.
snails.
I would think.
I've
Todd
seen
might
that. I mean,
like
I've seen fast-moving snails.
They're big enough though.
Like black, fast-moving snails and stuff too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We get them down here by the jetty all the time.
Yeah.
When it's calm, low tide, you can go out there and check it out.
Huh.
And they're everywhere, along with the little hermits. The bigger hermits set fire to the crown of the shell, and they
That's a lot of work.
come on out.
That's a lot of work.
Yeah, well,
You can do it before you leave, though.
we should
Set
have done
fire
that.
down.
We should have done that instead of trying to break the shells on the side of your boat.
Oh my god.
You do that before you go out.
Yeah, you gotta do it before you go out.
Well,
Unless you're gonna run out of lighter unless you go.
No,
Yeah.
We-
blowtorch.
We went out looking for bulls, and it was at the end of the season, right when Jay got back, and it was like collecting
we're gonna
hermit
cook 'em and
crabs.
eat?
And
No. But I did think I could get a tautog. I was gonna save the day with one single tautog. No. And we put in a lot of work getting those guys out. A lot of work. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, I know.
So
Yeah.
I recruited Billy, and he got mad at me. You gotta know.
Rob gets them just hammers.
Yeah, we just
smashes it
didn't
before he
show up
goes
with a
out.
hammer
Yeah.
because we were gonna go ahead and catch bull drum.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just happened to, I always have a tog and spade because I always keep the hooks right here in case I don't have it. I just retire real quick. So they typically stay in my my life jacket all year. So I had
Covered
it.
with flies at the marina.
They don't get rusted up?
No, because I leave it in the pack and then it's in here. So it might get wet, but it's in the pack.
Yeah.
So it's good.
Mm. Any more questions?
Maybe I should wear my life jacket a little more.
I mean, we could Google about chickens.
Find out how big these talons really
They do
are.
have big talons.
Chickens do have large talons.
Also,
Hey, did
chicken
you-
wings come from baby chickens. So next time you're chowing down on some chicken wings,
So do
it
eggs.
was just a little baby. It
Well,
was
you guys-
just a little chick.
You guys got on some Spanish on Friday, didn't you?
Yeah,
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
we were out
Boat
there.
fishing, that's right.
Yeah, we went out on the boat on
fishing.
Wednesday and didn't catch anything. It was awesome.
You're not supposed to tell anyone about that.
Wednesday?
We just didn't
Huh?
go out.
Oh.
We went all over the place.
Everywhere.
We saw a few cobia. They were running us over.
Oh, sure,
Yeah,
I was
they-
fishing. With me when you were fishing, weren't we?
Yeah.
And then
No.
we got
No.
behind
You and Underwood.
the
You
third.
and Underwood.
Yeah.
We got
What was
behind
last
the,
week?
we
We
got
looked the
behind the
same.
The
third.
week before. What the fuck was that?
That was like 5 days ago.
No, yeah,
We did see two big ones that disappeared real quick that were following a sea turtle that was in the process of coming up and going down. And they were big ones, 50
Yeah,
pounders or
just
so.
following them.
We got a good cast off and it looked like fish turned towards the baits, but nothing. And that was it. You know what I mean? The sea turtle dove. It was late in the day and they were gone.
Oh, that's where you had the eels you were talking about, right?
no, that was 2 days ago.
Yeah. Yeah, we kept those eels and then we went back out on Friday.
Yeah.
Thursday was no go. Friday we went and we went to a completely different area. We went out in the ocean. We caught a small cobia. So we caught a cobia.
Yep.
Successful.
Yay.
We started. We found a real good tide line, like a real good tide line. We
Color?
started
Color?
color a
difference?
little bit of a color change. Not
It was just
that
slick.
4 miles away there was a blue-green color change. It was blue.
Yeah.
Like the last 4 buoys on the ocean front the other day were in blue water. And then so we found this good tide line inside. It was just a solid line with slick water. So we figured we'd see one cruising. You know what I mean? It was cloudy, overcast like crazy, but
Yeah.
calm enough you'd see one cruising.
Yeah,
So
it's close.
we kept looking and kept looking. You know, we followed it for a while, and then all of a sudden the Spanish mackerel just popped up in front of us. It started jumping everywhere.
Yep.
We couldn't cast anything at him quick enough, so we put out 2 Clark spoons.
Just
Started trolling. We caught 3
Yeah.
nice ones. Real nice Spanish.
How big?
Over 2 pounds probably. Nice ones.
Sometimes
Yeah,
it's
well, one was-
26 inches or something like that.
Yeah.
In that range. Yeah.
One
It's a
was
big
super nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
So that was fun.
It was Friday, then tournament was Saturday.
Yep.
You guys didn't
Here
fish
we
today,
are.
did you?
No.
And
No.
Billy's car was in the same position as it was when I went to work this morning.
Yeah. It was. Yeah, I got home at, I think, 1:30 or 2 this morning.
I was
so-
waiting for him to
What?
say 1:30 or 2.
Yeah,
Just like a couple hours
after
ago.
after the tournament, I went over to.
Oh
Tommy's
yeah,
house
you went over to
first.
Tom's house.
Damn.
I was like, damn, Jay, you talked him into it again?
No, I went straight home.
I literally
I was tired.
Austin texted me as I was getting ready to go to bed at 8:40, and Austin sent me a text message that said told me he got second in the tournament. He lives Austin
Yeah.
that we had on here the other day. He literally lives 2 doors down.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he texted me and told me that they placed second. You know, found some nice fish. We saw him throughout the day several times, cruising by us, just going this way, going that way.
Did they start to find them on the bridge yet?
I guess a few. He didn't catch any on the bridge anywhere, and he said he was just. There was 100 boats in the cobia tournament. He said he was staying away from everyone, and it looked like that's what he
That's
did.
what you gotta do, kind of, for sighting. You know.
Yeah, and it wasn't great conditions for sight fishing, other than it was slick, calm.
Right.
So you would see him push him, but if you saw him, like he said, it was going to be one of those open bail, like
Ready to
if they're
cast.
yeah.
Yeah.
Except that it was slick, calm. So if they were surfing, you could.
You could track them then, but yeah.
Oh yeah, you would.
Yeah.
I mean, you could see him a mile away.
Yeah. But
250, 200.
I saw that cloudy, that great calm water. You know, it's dead glassy, but it's that
I bet-
glass.
I bet
you
it's
wasn't
like a
able to see
mirror.
anything until you got on top of. it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That has to be how most of them were caught yesterday. I mean, they just saw them
Was
pushing.
it chumming? You don't think a lot of guys are out there chumming?
I think a lot of they got covered up in sharks.
Yeah.
I heard 2 or 3 guys say they tried and they just got covered up. But
Yeah, you can.
There's big reds over there.
There was a guy that caught a big red in the tournament yesterday.
That
That would be a distraction that I couldn't stop myself on.
Yeah, well, I know Chris is saying that they're pretty consistent, but it's a nighttime bite. It's open water also.
That means those fish are swimming up on top during the day somewhere right near there.
Right. Right. But it's open water,
Yeah.
fishing at night, coming back at night.
Yeah.
I hate doing that shit.
Yep.
I was talking about it like, you know, somebody asked me, why is that? I said, one, if you have a light on, the boat's going to come at you. So if you don't have a light on, you really have to be looking around all the time. You know.
You have to be ready to signal them if they get
Yeah,
too
they're
close.
flashing because, yeah.
man,
You're
it's just
curious.
sketch. Like to
Yeah.
anchor out in
Mhm.
the middle of open water, and for me anyway.
Yeah.
Not in the kayak. Maybe we'll do it in the boat. Not in the kayak.
Yeah.
A lot of big
Yeah,
things
sharks.
swimming around
Yeah.
in the bay.
Yeah, I hooked a good whatever.
Oh, we saw a sturgeon on the boat the other day.
That's right. That's right. You said that. You said it was fresh dead. Fresh dead.
It still looked, yeah, it was very fresh.
But it had a bite out of it. That's what Lee said.
Big bite out
Yeah.
of it. Like,
One.
yeah, like the whole probably back 3 or 4 feet were gone. It was just clean. It was big.
Something came up in like this or
Well,
sideways on it.
No, it was from behind.
Oh,
I bet
so
I
it swallowed the tail.
Yeah, I'm thinking it was already dead because
Yeah.
when
Yeah.
they die, they float down
Yeah.
here. But I think it had just died, and something in the bay
Found
came
it.
up and got it. Oh yeah, it was clean cut. Definitely a shark. it was a big one. It was bigger than the last one I saw out there.
Yeah.
And this one was huge. So.
The
Like-
population looks fairly good from that. I've been watching the James River sturgeon,
Mhm.
liking on Facebook, and every once in a while they go through and I guess electrical get them up and net them up, and then there's monsters.
Yeah,
these
they're-
guys are in there like
yeah.
dealing with these monsters, and he's in a tub with them. Basically.
Right before I left Afghanistan, I saw a dead one.
Yeah.
And then I haven't been back that long. I saw another one. So I mean, they're
That was on your last tog trip, wasn't it?
you know.
Yeah, I've seen some big ones over the eastern shore. See some dead ones over there. I saw one up on the shoreline that had been just washed up. It was a 5-footer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just waiting for the Kayak Kevin DVD where he goes for.
Well, I tell you, man, I've always thought when we were on the eastern shore, when we were bait fishing for the reds, or people were bait fishing for the tarpon. I don't know why some aren't being caught. I mean,
Too
because
far
that
down.
area is this where there's some over there. There's
Yeah.
some big ones over there. It's not just up in the rivers. This is over there in the
Well,
marsh.
even at the islands too. The
ridge?
big ones of the Bay Bridge Tunnel.
Yeah. They're there.
They're cruising around the islands
I
too.
didn't know that.
Yep.
I'm surprised. No, yeah, I'm surprised nobody's picked one up, caught one.
Yeah.
By accident. All I hear about is the nets and stuff like that.
But also,
I mean, they eat
you're
the same
looking at
thing.
5-6 foot sturgeon. That's a heavy fish.
Yeah.
And I think the people that people probably hooked into them looking for flounder, even
About
big
ray.
even big reds. I've caught a couple sturgeon when I was younger.
How they fight?
Small. They didn't fight like a ray. That's what I do
Okay.
remember. But they were small, like 2-3 foot.
Yeah.
But the bigger ones, you're looking a couple 100 pounds.
Yeah.
Even on redfish, that's on
Kayak Kevin
bull
thinks
red
I'm
gear. That's
Yeah.
And
No, it's big.
That's
But maybe somebody. I was maybe somebody has hooked one and just broke them off.
yeah. I
before.
bet there's been quite a few.
I mean, there was a guy a few years ago that caught one black drum fishing.
A sturgeon?
Yeah, remember? There was a picture on
No.
Title Dummy.
No,
It was
I don't
like
remember
5
that
years
one.
ago.
Oh shit. Oh shit. Well, that's what I was just saying. I'm surprised nobody. I don't know. It's been his nickname for that thing forever.
Lee's got some of the greatest names. What we're talking, what you call sand tigers, sand dummies.
And it was just when you see that shit just in the sentence, just goes right there, and you catch it, and you're like, what? And you start laughing like a couple seconds later. Yeah, it gets me all the time.
Warm weather clothing advice?
Cover up.
Cover up.
Wear the AFCO stuff. The new shirts are badass. We talked about them a couple weeks ago.
Lighter colored clothing, not
Yeah.
black.
My foot earlier.
Another conversation going on over there?
Sorry.
I wear gloves if I don't have the AFCO shirts with the thumb things that I just learned about. Face masks, buffs, face masks, hat.
I mean, yeah, you were doing all that stuff before it was popular. Like you would cut up shirts and stuff.
Well,
Right?
we didn't have buffs, and I
Yeah.
tell you, my neck. That's why my neck looks like a 60-year-old because Florida beat the shit out of me. I used I didn't have buffs back then.
Right.
But I took my big rim hat and made I guess a shade, super glued shirt cut out, just basically a cloth to hang down over my shoulders so it would cover up my neck and all that stuff. But light was hitting me on the side, I could turn it to the side and cover up, but it didn't cover me. It still had the reflection coming up from the water, which buffs get rid of that. And you can feel it, man. You can feel when you're wearing a
Yeah,
buff.
I was
again.
disappointed yesterday when I got out there and didn't find mine in my bag because I
Feel
took
it.
it out to wash it from wearing it the past few days.
Yeah.
I normally have 2 in there, but apparently I've taken them out.
I know. I had to wear a shirt the other day that I wore again. I found it in my truck because I forgot my shirt.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that I found in my truck.
Also,
Already worn.
I'm sorry, somebody's walking around with a pair of gym shorts they found drying on the side of my truck, so I don't know.
And so I locked my bike up right out of your truck out front there. Rode my bike today, so
That's so
locked it
crazy,
up.
man.
Gym shorts.
maybe I can
Wet
They were
gym
wet
shorts.
gym shorts on the side of a truck. Why did you stole
Ocean
them?
View.
Why were they wet though?
Ocean View. Didn't matter.
Oh man.
Nice.
Wear pants. A lot of people forget.
Your legs
Wear
get the sun
pants.
too.
Yes.
My legs get burned before anything else.
I don't like wearing them all the time, but I carry them with me now in case my legs start to get hard off. I have to paddle back in the sun. Like right now, we're in the bridge and we can actually kind of paddle. We're halfway in the sun most of the day if you're fishing pilings. But if we come back in the sun or going out in the sun, I'll wear them. You know.
Yeah, that's like the biggest thing for me now. That's like, which
Yeah.
is awesome.
Yeah.
On the boat, you're kind of shading your legs because you're standing up
Standing.
and stuff. But on the kayak,
It's direct.
oh, I have so many freckles on the top of my legs because of it. It's covered in freckles.
My legs are
because
wrinkling up,
Yeah.
and yeah, that's because of that.
I made that mistake.
It's so weird, man, because the parts of me have been
Oh.
exposed and the parts that haven't, it's like night and day. It's like a big age difference between my skin. Like my neck is jacked up on my,
I got it.
what does that say?
Okay, what do you need to do to get involved with TKAA? Simple. Go on www.tkaa.org. You can go and set up a free membership to access the forums and to correspond with people. The club membership, I believe that's $20 a year. That gets you access to the club forums. Our annual tournament helps out. You get a
And that's
free
coming up
raffle ticket.
soon. That's coming up
Yeah, I
in
think the
In
25th.
September.
25th of
27th?
September.
27th.
That last Saturday
it's
of
27th.
September.
Because my birthday's the 28th. It's always on my birthday weekend.
Yeah.
So, and I know it's the 27th because the John Jones fight is that night too.
Oh, you're gonna. We're not gonna
I
see
got on my
Kevin.
phone, man. I'm determined at least the prelims will be on my phone.
That's gonna be a good fight too.
How long does it take to paddle to the third island?
Dude,
A long
All
time.
day.
Don't do it.
All day.
That's a.
Just go out to the
Your
third
day.
island.
Your day.
And then go ahead and come back to the
That's-
Chicks
that
Beach.
is your day.
Make sure you.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, there's a lot of current out there too.
Yeah, I think that's what people misunderstand is that it's not just.
They don't.
It's not like it is from the beach to the first island.
Start from the eastern
It's
shore. Start from the eastern
ridiculous.
shore. It's actually a lot further.
Yeah. A lot for
The fourth island is barely halfway. It's
Fourth
right in.
Island is 7 miles, I think.
Yeah.
I think it's 7 miles from Fisherman's.
Yeah.
And Fisherman's is not where you launch.
Yeah.
No.
And that's the worst current anyway. So
Yeah.
that's
there's
the
the
part
worst
that yeah.
current,
So
Yeah. Yeah, the
um,
spot between the second and third, it runs almost north and south. On an outgoing, it'll come almost straight down north from the north to the south, and on the incoming, usually with not wind affected, it'll kind of push south to north on the incoming. It's weird because it kind of angles in because of the channels. But yeah, so that could suck. I mean, you crossed it, but you crossed on a day that was just kind of rough
Yeah,
anyway.
yeah. Not very smart.
Any more? I saw Shane put another.
That wasn't Shane.
Oh, it's
It's a picture of.
Oh, it's catching on.
It says, "What if I told you the big the big drum you hooked on towed your kayak around was actually a stingray?"
Who was that? What's the picture of?
Kevin Campbell. It's a picture of
That's awesome.
Morpheus.
Morpheus. Okay, what I told you.
I'm
Okay, I
still
gotta see,
that.
read it in that.
Oh
voice.
man, I'm still in that. I see it all the time at the HRPD, but like it was a joke. I bet it was.
Yep.
It was super wide too.
it was thick.
Yeah.
He pulled me all over.
Strong
Yep.
one.
Yeah.
Yes, they do. But then he sat there for a second. Yes.
Check out Kayak Kevin's DVD.
I bet you thought. I bet you thought. I bet you
Oh,
thought.
that's on
you thought
YouTube.
you had him right at you, huh?
Yeah. What?
And he turned around and went under the boat, and that's why everything you own is broke.
I tried playing the guitar with that one and everything. Not having it.
That was the day Kevin hooked the screamer.
Oh, the train. Oh, the freight train. Nothing was gonna happen to that.
Sturgeon.
Sturgeon.
Probably
Sturgeon
surgeon,
team.
yeah.
Yeah. Then Sharky, even the hammerhead that day.
Yeah.
Which was cool. Actual hammerhead. And then yeah. Bait rods start going off, right? Me and Lee next to each other, I pick it up and I go, pick it up and kind of put it in the air. Oh, wait a minute, that's a whole different animal. And it just doesn't stop. And I crank, bang. And That was it. You know, just
Just
a
doing
different.
something, yeah.
Never slowed down. Didn't even flinch.
Probably didn't even know it was hooked.
No, just
Didn't
felt
care.
a little pressure and just kept on going.
I hooked something that got pulled sideways in the ride.
Ooh, that was red.
Yeah, it was.
You knew what that was.
Skimming sideways. I was like, oh, I got one, and then it came off, and I was
And then he came off.
I was very sad. Lee saw that.
And then Lee caught a 49
Episode.
right after that day.
So
Right? Yeah.
Surf recovery practice.
Hmm?
Surf recovery practice on a fish.
yeah, it was silly.
Dude, I had got hit sideways. Did I have the double on at that time?
Which one?
The big drum on the shoals. Did I have the double on at that time, or did you get the double bite right after that wave?
No,
hit
it was
sideways?
after that. It was after that. It was because we had taken pictures of that, and then we came to you, and that's when your
And the other rod went off, and you
so I
took
was
that
filming
little
with the
tiny
camera.
one.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Anything else?
What?
What you
I'll
got?
see you later.
What you got? Some inside shit.
No. So I'm going to Florida this week. I'm gonna fish the Extreme Coast. I invited only Billy. I didn't invite you because I hate
You fished a what?
The Extreme, not Extreme Coast, the Extreme Kayak Tournament.
Yeah, with the offshore one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
So it's out of Pompano.
Yeah.
And
Cool. I didn't know you were doing that.
He's
That's
gonna
cool.
get eaten
Yeah.
by a great white.
I'm gonna get eaten. Yeah, definitely. I'm going down there with Jack, Kick Jack. So
Kick MD.
I think they're down there already.
Yeah.
Pre-fishing, so I need to give them a call. I know I missed a couple calls this shit.
You going to?
No,
Oh.
I can't make it this year.
So
Did you do it last
You got
year?
the big injury.
No. Yeah, the big injury. Took me out. Doc said 4 to 6 weeks.
Did you actually get it checked out?
Yeah.
Okay, how bad is it?
It's not
Big loose
good.
chest?
I'm going to be seeing one of our hand surgeons tomorrow morning.
For what?
It's,
Oh no, dude!
He
took
gets a
the-
lot of action out of that
he
thumb.
Took the thumb.
You think you cut nerves?
They're not sure. I mean, I started
Feel the tip?
I feel the tip, but they're not sure how bad it was.
tell me more.
Jesus.
Yeah, it was bad.
So you flaked your thumb out.
Oh
Yeah, my
yeah.
hand, my hand was
there's
covered
blood
in blood.
everywhere. There's blood all over his boat.
Spurting.
It was
I
just-
should have went in.
Like I was like, "What's up?" I came around the pilot, and his arm from here to here is just
Bam.
blood.
I was
Like,
just looking at him.
yeah.
I was like,
All right.
I would go in. I would just go in now.
And that's why you don't drink the night before you go out to the Bay Bridge.
Your blood was all thin too.
Yeah. Well, I can see my
water.
pulse. I can see my pulse.
Bubble.
I mean, some people can't handle it. I mean, me, I fish great on a hangover. that's my new thing.
Yeah, fuck that.
God, I hate
How
you.
old are you?
32.
Yeah. That's when it started ending for me.
Oh no.
I didn't even try and attempt.
How old are you?
32.
Oh. Sorry to hit you. Sorry to hit you.
I got one kidney, so I mean, I get screwed up
Yeah, he does
quick.
have one kidney.
You got one kidney.
Yeah.
So what that? Like seriously?
Seriously.
How's that?
He donated.
I donated it to the pathologist. Just
You have it in a
medical
jar at home?
condition I had a
No
few
shit.
years ago.
Didn't know
Yeah.
that.
Figured I'd use this.
That's
one.
actually what got me into kayak fishing.
Switch that later.
That's it.
Conversations.
I wasn't fat at the time. I'm fat now. Didn't help, but I was like, I need something. I can't run as much as I used to, so something to lose weight, and kayak fishing kind of.
Yeah, and it's
from
less
that.
jarring too. Running is jarring
Yeah.
too.
Oh, I thought you were saying that you asked the doctor to take out that kidney so you could lose some weight.
No.
That's a couple pounds right
Yeah.
there. It's a jump start.
Yeah, well, that's not good for drinking.
No, it's not at all. And I mean, I didn't have a whole lot to drink. I had enough. Beyond my limit, but obviously.
I know when I saw that post in the morning, or was that not in the morning? It was like I think you were just waking up. It was like 9. I was like,
I'm already sorry.
But we still had a good day.
Yeah, we had fun. And that's
I think our team, we pulled out 8 points from the bridge.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
8 of the 17. So
Yeah, second place again. That's
yeah.
so badass. That's
Well,
so
and-
I mean, how many clubs did you beat?
yeah, we
You know,
said
I mean,
7.
7 clubs that you beat.
Yeah.
Beat.
Right.
There's no shame. What I was telling the guys was, boy, I'm happy if
Fuck yeah.
we place in the top 5.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Next year there's gonna be some new rules, I'm sure.
At least,
But
if
you
we
know
had
what?
one, maybe we
Holding
wouldn't
hands
get
and
invited.
fishing. It'd be holding hands and fishing.
Yeah. Well,
Oh yeah, yeah. If we won the whole thing,
Uninvited.
no, yeah.
Uninvited.
Now it's gonna be
Take
one
the
kayak
old
per
placards
boat.
off the trophy, move the new names down. What happened to those 2 years?
yeah. We didn't
Bad weather,
have the
canceled.
tournament. It was under a different name. Fuck the kayakers.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome.
No, but Catchin for Kids, the organizers, they've always treated
That
us
was an
very
awesome
well.
party.
Yeah.
too. I mean, not party, but the food.
Oh, what's up? I
award
should have stopped
ceremony
by.
was
I
awesome.
realized it was right here. That's when I asked you where it was.
Oh,
But I was
Yeah.
kind of waiting on if,
Well, I
if you
think-
wanted to do a podcast that night too. I was kind of seeing, but you said I was tired. I was like, that's cool.
I think we ate about 6, something
Yeah.
like
I
that.
could have stopped by. I got off work at 5. I was stopping by.
We had an extra meal ticket.
Oh, damn right.
damn.
Next year. Count me
Yeah,
in.
good
I can't fish it
information.
because I'm working, but yeah, I'll stop
Yeah,
by.
man.
Stop by for a party. Yeah, I like doing that shit. Yeah.
The party's the fun part.
Okay, there's another one. Is a dentist friend of mine who's here in Ocean View, Dr. Lapatina. He's putting on a flounder fishing tournament, and I'm donating a couple DVDs for it. And so
Nice.
He said,
Nice.
"Yeah, come on by for the meal." I was like, "Hell yeah, I can't fish." You know, it's on a Saturday.
Yep.
I can't fish, but I'll stop by for the meal.
They always have good food.
Yeah, yeah,
Those big ass grills with barbecue and chicken on them.
yeah.
That was good.
Well, yeah, the Catch for Kids is always done up right.
Yeah.
They always put it.
Yeah, but
Pasta
it's
salads.
what is it called?
The children.
The children.
Children.
No, there's a specific organization that reserves.
The Toys for Tots.
Yeah, Toys for Tots. That's where they donate their money to.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Well, cool. Well, cool. Excellent stories.
Yep.
Congrats again
Everybody's
to the
tired,
TKA.
going to sleep.
yeah,
Yeah.
I have to wake up at 1 a.m. to drive.
Driving me down.
Yeah, I'm gonna go down to Confluence and visit the factory, see how they make kayaks.
Fancy.
Yeah. And
Where
then,
are they at?
Greenville, South Carolina.
Okay.
And then gonna try to make it all the way down to Florida. So we'll see.
When's the tournament?
Tournament's on Saturday, but the
Oh.
captain's meeting's on Thursday.
Yeah, it's
And then
Sunday.
yeah, I'm just trying to get some.
Are you gonna
Extra
fish?
Why you gotta go? Why you
Oh
gotta
no,
go?
I'm fishing with Jason Stock on Wednesday though.
Then why you? Yeah, okay. That's why you driving. Why you gonna like?
Yeah, I
leave
got-
at 1 o'clock in the
yeah.
morning tonight.
Well, because
Driving conditions?
Yeah.
yeah. So I mean, I would leave early in the morning just because it's gonna cut probably 2 hours off my time anyway. And then
yeah, getting.
if I'm not feeling it, like after at Greenville, I might just number one be like talk to those guys. And be, hey, I'm gonna crash at your house.
Yeah.
No, I mean, if I'm not feeling it, I fall asleep at the wheel before, so I don't play around with that anymore.
I don't like
But,
driving at night either.
Yeah, I'll have my third wind at that point. So
Pre-workout loaded up.
yeah, it's a pre-workout.
Don't get pulled over.
Yeah.
What is in that bag?
That's why I pre-dose pre-workout, sir. Sure, you can come with me.
Why do you have a mirror? It's how I take it.
I'm very vain.
Oh man.
Oh, there's some stories.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right, cool. Yep. All right, that's thanks guys for watching. It's alloutkayakfishing.com from Billy Ragulsky, and Jay's website is virginiakayakfisherman.com. And thanks to our podcast sponsors, Yak Attack, and that's yakattack.us. See you guys.